Well, bang, we're live. Okay, it's the Modern Fowler Scrum. It's Monday. We have Sam and Nico and somebody else. This morning, I have been working on the NHS Wiki report. I've got a drafting done. I really should have finished it on Friday. It's done now. I've just been working on like new designs for their homepage, which I can immediately share with you. And I have like a couple of different things, and I just spent the last half an hour trying to get this image of a doctor to have a white background. One of those things where you just sort of bash your head at. It's sort of frustrating. Probably spent too much time, but I'm just trying to do at least 3 different designs for them for the the new version of the front page. That's pretty much the morning. What is happening? We have the Elixir mob is coming up. We have the. I think I'm trying to get out of hosting the. What it's called now, Autograders Mob, Autograders Meeting, Client Meeting. Website 1 meeting has been moved to tomorrow. And then we've got the AV Community meeting later on today. I'm trying to make my Mondays a bit less meeting intense. I need to do a little bit of private project work. So, I need to do a massive review of all the premium members. And so on. No time. But, not blocked, just trying to get through all the different pull requests and things to make sure everybody else is not blocked. Nico, you were in first. How are things going with you?
Fine. I did a couple merges on dependable upgrades, and I did a deployment to staging of website 1 because I wanted to see the pull request that Bill did.
Yep.
Okay. And the thing is, when I try to sign, I will share my screen just quickly here. And if I try to sign in, it says
choose an account, gets that far.
Invalid credentials.
Right.
But I don't know if that is something because related to the staging server, or I don't know.
Yeah. I've definitely had that on staging before, and it's still worked on production. That might be something to look at the end of the Scrum briefly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And just wanted to say that.
Yeah. And anything else blocking you? Anything else?
No, nothing blocking. No blockers.
Any plans?
Yep. I'm going to work on the GitHub content for our website. Yeah.
Awesome. Well remembered. GitHub. You almost said GitHub pages, but GitHub content. Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Good stuff. It's Damalius. How are things going with you?
So for myself, unfortunately, I wasn't able to work on anything related to Agile Ventures last week. I did, as I said the last time I was in the Scrum, I got website 1 set up locally on my machine, and I'm just looking to pick a task in the ready column. I think we talked about the 3 tasks on the waffle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anybody had picked them up or whatnot, but
we could certainly start talking about that. I guess you're not blocked by anything, just knowing which thing to dive into.
Right.
So we could just talk about that immediately. So Stu reached out to me this morning and asked about tasks, and I was saying to him, so there's a task that Clement started on. That's this ready one here that Stu could work on. There's. Would you be interested in working on this Karma one here, Stamatios?
Sure.
It's got a pull request where the functionality is basically there, and we just need some tests wrapped around it, and so it could be a quick win for you. I don't think I think I probably mentioned this on the last meeting, but I didn't explicitly assign it to anybody. Would that be of interest?
Yeah, most definitely.
Good stuff. All right, let's pop you. I don't know if we've got you. So there's a thing we have to do where we have to kind of add you to a team in order to allow you to be an assignee in website 1, which is a bit annoying. But if you could just ping me your website 1, ping me your GitHub user ID just in DM, and I'll get you assigned to this one. So while you're doing that, I mean, if that comes back, I think that's our Scrum. We can come back to now. What is it with Nico? So I think the thing. Have you tried Nico running the Redis version of Develop locally and tried to log in locally with G+?
No, I haven't tried that.
Nope. Yeah, that's. I mean, in this situation, I mean, you could roll back staging to the previous thing and see if it's still working. But I have a feeling I've seen that. I mean, it's frustrating. I mean, develop I think has never quite worked with
that is the thing why I did the push to staging, because in develop it was just
and I think
maybe we could fix that on develop, right?
It would be lovely to fix them on both. I mean, I spent I mean, there's basically there is a Google kind of console login that allows us to specify which URLs can be used with our authentication. And they're all in there as far as I can tell. I mean, potentially I can give you access to all of that as part of the DevOps thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. I can take a look.
Yeah. I mean, it's one that I've been around on, banging my head on for a while, particularly on develop, because I really wanted to get that working. I mean, let's see if I can pull up the screen so that you can see it, and maybe we can give you access to it as well. See if I can just try and find the thing. Console. No, it's one of those ones where I am forever forgetting where it is. It's Google APIs. Google. I think this is it. Google API console. See, that might come up in a minute. I'm just going to try and get the server running in the background to see if it's working for me locally there. So this is Google API. So we've got here. What have we got? There's a whole. So yeah. So the key thing is, so we've got an account which is agileventures2014@gmail.com, which you need to log in to see this.
Okay.
I'll put this in the website one DevOps channel. So this is all Google APIs controlled via Agile Ventures 2014 gmail.com. Stamatios, did you send me your GitHub ID?
I sent it to the website one.
You put it in the website one channel. Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So let's do that here. So now what I have to do as well, annoyingly, is I have to go Agile Ventures, I have to go Teams, and I have to add you to the, I should have done this all in the last, but anyway, I always forget. It's always so annoying that I have to do this. I would love it so that we could say anybody can be assigned next. So we've got a website one team, website one collaborators, and so members, and then members, add a member, Stamatios. It's thinking about it, it's trying to find you. Find you, yes. Okay. And yeah, so hopefully you should then, so we'll have to reload this. Hopefully you might need to accept the invite. I think you might get an email. If you just go to github.com/agileventures, it'll probably be there. Like in the web browser, it will just sort of tell you. Yeah. And then eventually it will allow us to start. Yeah, I think once you've accepted it, we can start adding you there. In the background, let me try and log in. Oh, what's happening there? Oh, is that really PC? Oh, now I've got multiple versions of Postgre, and different ones have to be started. Okay. That's new options.
Okay.
So there, and then I can try and log in here, and then I can with the Google, and it will do this, and then it will do this, and then it will do that, and then I choose one of these, and let's see, signed in successfully. So
okay, cool.
We have an indication that
that is working.
This is
locally.
Bill's new thing. It's working. Let's just have a look. If we look at this, can I get back to? I mean, the danger here is that I end up exposing like the secret key.
Yes, yeah, like all the.
I had to edit the thing last week to remove the secret keys that had been exposed.
Yeah.
But what I've got here. So I'll put the link to the page in the website one DevOps. Now, what you will need in order to access it. So there's a list of credentials in there, and it talks about having OAuth 2 client IDs. I'll show you. I'll take a screenshot of the appropriate part, and then if I go here and I open that, I can show you what's going on. There it is. Right. So what we've got is we've got a list of these different things here. Can you see? So we've got like web client development, we've got production, and so on. So if I go into, I'll have to give you the password to access this. This gives us, so I'm going to go in and look at the development of the product. So this is the production one that works with the production server. So there's slightly different keys there. And then this is the one that works with supposedly staging and develop, and I think that's the way around. But so if I scroll up in here, so it hides so this next page, when you click through, you get like up at the top here, it's got the secret keys and stuff that have to be set correctly. And then I've got here like authorized JavaScript origins. So you can see here I've got website 1, I've got website staging, I've got all the different versions, including localhost 3000. So the fact that this works locally, I think, is because I've got localhost 3000 in here. I noticed that it only works when I run it on the localhost 3000.
HTTPS on. You have both. You have both. Sorry.
I mean, I have HTTPS. I guess I don't have HTTP for staging and developing here. I don't know if that's important. I mean, this is the thing that they used to be. I mean, I think you can still, in principle, access them here on these ones. And then there's these like authorized redirect ones. So I've kind of tried to get like all of the different ones in there. So it's and it's kind of weird. I mean, there's also that, are the keys that are available through this system, are they all set correctly in the environment variables for staging and develop and so on and so on. And if I'll just show you what we've got in so this is the production one where obviously this will work. And I mean, maybe it's, I guess the thing is I see that I've got staging in both of them. This is the production setup here. So you can see it's at http://azureventures.org, https www.azureventures.org, and different ones. That's Stuart's ID there as well. So, I mean, one's got to be careful with all this because one wrong step and potentially, the whole of production sign in through Google stops working. Although offering sign up through Google is kind of what's the word? I'm not sure how much that's biased. So I've just got this from Stu as well. I hate it when it does that weird thing. And but so let's get Stu in there. Hopefully we'll see that Stomatios is so that is now not a pending member. We'll have just invited you to so please check email or go to it's the wrong thing. I would say this when you go into here, it ends up being that not quite the URL that the people have to go to in order to see it. There we go. Let's come back to here. Yeah, so what I've been also got to do is I've got to somehow try and find the email to send you for the DevOps thing. No, I've told you the email, which is Azure Ventures 2014, and I've got to find the password that I'm then going to DM you. Sorry, there was a pain in my legs from the half marathon affecting my brain's ability to find normal words, or it's just some senility encroaching. So hopefully we can now assign Stomatios here. We can, yes, Stomatios assigned there. Do you have any questions about this, getting started on this? Should we talk through it, Stamatios, or do you just want to read it in your own time?
I think probably it'd be better for the sake of everybody else's time. I'll just read it on my own and then come back if I have any questions.
That sounds fine. Yeah, good show. Okay, so that's done. Let me Agile Ventures 2014. Yeah, I think I've found right. That's the password. So where is Nico?
But I just real quick, I should move it into the in progress column, or should I leave it in?
Well, that's so you can do that manually. I mean, you should also have as it were, but you don't need to.
Okay.
You've been, I think now. Let's have a look here. Is it still giving you assigned? It's got assigned. Is this the right one? Have we assigned you? I've like failed to click save. Let's assign.
I thought I saw my name up there.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to unassign myself. But so what will happen is, but by having you assigned to this, kind of implies to anybody else looking at the board, oh, you know, Stamatios has expressed an interest, maybe is thinking about it. If you follow the process that we have for pull requests, then when you push a branch to the repo, or I guess push a pull request, I guess the other thing is that you could now, if you wanted, you could start working directly against the main website one fork. You may have forked it yourself into your Stamulus repo, right? I don't know.
Definitely.
But you can, I mean, this idea that I give the same choice to Nico is, now that you're added to the team here, you can proceed, rather than necessarily working with your own fork and pushing things to that fork, you could just like start, you know, you could make the website this your origin, right?
Yeah,
and,
I see.
And not have to worry about the fork. And then what you could do is you can push your branch directly to website one. So, like, hypothetically, say you were, I guess I can close that down. Hypothetically, you were here, you checked out develop, you had like origin set up to point at, you know, the usual, the main repo. You could, and then given that you've done git put origin develop, and you were satisfied that you had the latest copy of develop, you could then do git checkout -b, and you would take what's the ticket ID for this? 1817, and you could say 1817, and you could start to create a new branch, which is blah, 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 with some stuff, and then you push that, it will kind of move the ticket into the in progress column automatically, is the idea. Note that, of course, in this case, someone else previously submitted a pull request, which they then kind of seems they abandoned, and it's been, you know, enough time, but that person has dropped out. So what we can now, now that person's pull request conceivably might be on their thing, so you might want to grab their code, or you might want to like just use that to look at and then come back to it and do sort of a clean start. I think we've solved kind of the technical issue of getting this particular thing to work, but there's then a question of test driving it. Yeah, so they've done it from their repo there. But yeah, so you could yeah, create
you could start a new one. I mean,
yeah, probably start a new one here, and be like, you could do like test driving, you know, karma point.
So start a new branch specifically for the testing. I see.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. You don't have to mention that there. I mean, you might prefer to do your own spike as well. I was just sort of like trying to find some different name that would distinguish it from the previous one. The key thing is that the 1817 appears in the branch name, and the magic of Waffle is supposed to be that if someone pushes a branch name with the ticket's ID in it to the repo, it's going to automatically move from, I think, ready to in progress. I think that's what it's supposed to do. If it doesn't work, my sincere apologies. But I think we've got it all documented how it's supposed to work in the contributing thing, which I've now lost. It's gone. Come back. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, probably more information than you wanted. I need to write a book, and I know. Where's it gone? Contributing MD. We've got a section on that. Even if that doesn't work in the way that I'm remembering it, then it's definitely good to be putting this in there and popping that up as you're backing up your work. It's also definitely when you submit a pull request, it will get attached to that ticket in Waffle, and then it will definitely move into the in progress column when you put the pull request in, even if it didn't when you did the branch.
Gotcha.
Yeah, assuming that the pull request has this particular, again, syntax about you specify the ticket number. So, right. Hopefully that gives you what we need. I'm just gonna ping to you. I think, or I lost my. Come on, here we go. So, Nico, I'm just.
Yep.
No, that doesn't. Well, I'm just pinging you something that I think is the password to log into that.
Okay.
Which is 2014, but I'm not sure that I completely believe that is the password.
I will try it.
Yeah, you can try that. I'm just going to look in my. I've got something stored in my LastPass, which is that looks like a very weak password. I don't know. Anyway, we should probably stop the Scrum, and I mean we finished the Scrum a long time ago. We're now in the after Scrum where I babble on continually until people are like, "Stop him! Back the man down." And yeah, have fun and reach out if you need anything. And I'll see you both real soon. Yeah, website one meeting tomorrow, but AV community meeting this evening. Another AV community award being delivered. So.
Nice.
Bye for
See you soon.
Cheers. Take care.
Bye.
Have a great day.